Good morning, students. Today I have explained subject Computer Studies, Standard 11th, Chapter number 10, Working with Tables, Part 2. Today, first topic, creating relationship between table in base. By now, you might have designed the table. We have discussed assume data record of a new customer from Goregaon, Mumbai, Maharashtra is to be entered in the customer table. Till now, Maharashtra is not entered in the state table. Neither the Goregaon area of Mumbai city has been entered in the city table. Insert a record of a customer with pin code value 452001. Here the value 452011 is the pin code of Goregaon area in Mumbai city. In the state of Maharashtra, base will accept the record entered by you, but think logically, should this record entry be allowed? No, we should not allow such entry to be done in the customer table. The reason is very simple. There is no corresponding record in the city table that be related with this entry. To enforce such restrictions, we should use the relationship features of base. Establishing relationship between tables will restrict the user from entering garbage data in the reference field. So, relationship, creating a relationship, click the relationship option from the tools menu and then select insert and add tables. Alternately, you can click on the add tables button. So in the figure 10.9, add tables dialog box with list of tables created in the active database will be displayed. Select the country table icon and click on add button. You will find that selected table along with all its field is displayed in the background in relationship window. Similarly, select the state table. The relationship window will look at shown in figure 10.9. So that is a relationship windows. To create a relationship, just use drag and drop operations. Click on the country ID field and then primary key. Of the country table. Drag the country ID field of the country table and drop it on the country ID field. That means a foreign key of the state table. A line connecting both the fields with labels one and n will be displayed as seen in figure 10.10. Notice that label text 1 is the display on the primary key side and label text n is the display on foreign key sides. So this indicates that the country ID field is a primary key and will hold unique values, and each unique value stored in primary key field may be replaced a number of times in foreign key. This type of relationship where one value of a referred table is associated with multiple values in referencing table is called one to many relationship. So types of relationships are also discussed in details later chapter. So that is a one to many relationship between the country table and state table. Next topic is a referential integrity. So once the relationship between two tables is created, double click in the line display relationship dialog box as shown in figure 10.13 will be displayed. Till now we are very clear with the statement that the country table and the state table are related with each other. Thus, a user can enter data of only those countries detail in the state table which have been already entered in the country table. As in figure 10.11, first India was inserted in the country table. Later, three states of India were inserted in the state table. A record pertaining to India in the country table can be considered as a master or parent record, while record parenting to India in the state table can be considered as transaction or child records. So this is a relationship of all tables in database: country table, state table, city table, customer table, employee table, order details table, order payment table, product table, order shipment table, product category table, and supply tables. So this is a relationship of all tables in database. Next is a editing relationships. So we can delete or edit the relationship established between any two tables. For what? We just have to open the relationship screen and then click on the desired relationship light drawn between two tables. By doing so, the line will be get thicker. After this, if we right click, a pop-up menu will be visible as shown figure 10.16. Now let us discuss type of relationships in details. Conceptually, there can be three major type of a relationship between any tables of the database. So first table is a one to one, second is a one to many, and third is a many to many relationships. So I have discussed one by one. First is a one to one relationship. As its name suggests, one to one relationship indicate that one specific record of a particular table has one and only one corresponding record in the other table of the database. Do not get surprised as it's not new to us and very common in our day-to-day life. Example, think of a theater. How many people can sit in the chair? So naturally one. So then how many seats can be occupied by one person? Definitely one. So we can say that the relationship between chair and person is one to one relationship. You can think of relationship between your class and class teacher, or library and library card issue to a students. So you will definitely agree that any class in your school will have one and only one class teacher. At the same time, any teacher is assigned one and only one class to look after. So we can say that the class and class teacher is an example of one to one relationships. So that is a one to one relationships. Next, second is a one to many relationship. The most common type of relationship between the table is one to many relationship. In this type of relationship, one specific record of a particular table may have many corresponding records in the other related tables of the database. One customer can purchase multiple products. Similarly, one city belongs to single state, but one state can have multiple cities. Imagine a class teacher scenario in your school. There can be one and only one class teacher to any class, but any class teacher definitely have many students enrolled with him. That's why the relationship between class teacher and student is a one to many relationships. So that is a one to many relationships. And third number, many to many relationship. The many to many relationships occur in the case of some specific record which has to be stored more than one in both the table. In our example of modern electronic stores database, we have maintained information of employee. Till now, we have assumed that an employee will hold a single designation at time in an organization, and employee may hold multiple designations. Thus, in that case, we can state that an employee may have multiple designations and a single designation may belongs to multiple employees. Separate table that store employee designations has to be maintained in that case. Thus, there exists many to many relationship between these two entities. Figure 10.17 so a sample many to many relationship scenario. So that is a many to many relationship. So that is a many to many relationship between employee and designation. So that is a three tables. First is the employee table, second is the employee designation table, and third is a designations table. Next topic is a field properties. So as discussed in the earlier chapter, before working with the data, we have to create a well-defined structure of tables. To define a field for any table, we have to perform the following step. First, specify the field name. Second, choose a proper data type for the field. And third, write descriptions of the field. That is a optional. So that is a interface of a field properties dialog box. So first column is the field name, second is the field type, third is the description, and next bottom part is a field properties. So field properties can be decided at the time of designing the structure of the table. Selected the field in the table design window. Base provides a field properties box as shown in figure 10.18 with appropriate default value according to the corresponding selected data type. The various field properties work as field level validations for the table. Field properties displayed on the screen may vary depending upon the data type that we have selected for the particular field. Let us discuss some of the common field properties in the detail. So first uh, that is a auto value. So as can be seen in the figure 10.18 auto value property, that means has a drop down box combo box. Next to it click on the drop down box and you will find two values yes or no. Within it, if the value of auto value is set to yes for a numeric field, base can automatically increment the value for each new record. This field is particularly used for numeric fields designated as a primary key. For example, the country table consists of a field country ID as a primary key. The data type of the country ID field is integer. The value expected for the field are 1, 2, 3, and so on. This auto value can be set to yes in this case. So that is a auto value. Next is a entry required. Out of all the fields in the database, there may be some important field which must not be left empty. Now, it may happen that the data entry operators forget to enter the required value in important fields. How about if we do not allow the user to leave such important field as blank at the time of data entry itself? We can achieve this requirement by setting the field properties entry required. The setting of this property can either yes or no. Next is the length. Whenever we select the text data type for a particular field, this property automatically takes some predefined value 50 for the text data type. We can specify field sizes per our requirement. Base automatically assigns some predefined field size to the various numeric date and time, yes, no, and memo data type. That's why in such cases this property will be disabled on the screen. So that is a length. Next is a default value. Many times it may happen that we want to store some predefined default value automatically in a particular field. At the time of entering a new record in the table, suppose that in the order details table we have a field name quantity. Now we may want to store value 1 as a default value for this field. Select the quantity field type 1 in the text box next the default value label as shown in figure 10.20. Once we set this property for a field, the specified default value will automatically be displayed when we add a new record to the table. A user can change the value if required at the time of data entry. So that is a default value. Next is a format. This property specifies the format for displaying and printing the data that we enter in the field. It has no effect on the way the data is stored, and it does not check for invalid entries. The format property use different setting for different data type. Base provides some predefined formats for number, date and time, and yes or no data type. So that is a date format, uh, month, day, and year. So DD, and YY. So that is a date format. So this chapter is over. Thank you.